So Saoirse, when I saw the film, your director Joe was present, and he told us that it was actually you who recommended him for the job. He comes from a much more dramatic background, as we all know, so I'm wondering what it was that you saw that you thought that he would be a good fit for this kind of picture.
I don't know, really. I had gone for a meeting at Focus in New York, and this was after I read the script, and I really liked it, and I wasn't actually signed up to do it yet. But they said they didn't have a director, and for some reason the first name that popped into my head was Joe. And I suppose because we've worked together before and got on so well, and you know, we did good work together, that doing something like this, something completely new for both of us, well, it would be good for us to do it together, you know. It'd be based on a trust that we had already built up and the other experience that we had.
Now, this is obviously the second time that you're working with him. Do you prefer working with the same filmmakers time and time again? Is it a more comfortable and creative environment when you have developed a pre-existing professional rapport?
If you get on well with them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time that I've worked with a director for the second time.
Okay.
And it is a great feeling. Just that familiarity is wonderful, and you know, you can be relaxed and safe because you know what they're like on set. You know how they work, how they're going to be with you, and how you are with them. And there's no meet and greet needed. You're kind of already there. And our relationship is pretty much the same way it's always been. It's just gotten better and even more familiar. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You seem to be pretty big on spies and assassins as of late, with this film ready to release and Violet and Daisy in post-production. I have to ask, what do you think it is about spies and assassins and the world of espionage that's so interesting to filmmakers and audiences?
It's separate from our lives, really, isn't it? It's something that you don't really hear about that often. And I think wasn't there a story a few months back on a Russian spy? She was in England or something.
Maybe
like
about a year ago or something.
Maybe it was a year. Yeah, I don't know. It's all a blur. But that was so interesting because you don't hear about those kind of characters. This secrecy and mystique that they have is a cool thing to know about, and a great thing to watch for a couple of hours. And with Hanna, she's like that too. She's very mysterious. You can't quite figure her out, you know. I'm still trying to figure her out. You know, she's an alien, really.
Okay.
And when she's just plopped in our normal world, it's all new for her and quite fascinating.
Now let's talk about Hanna a little bit. I imagine that you're nothing like her in real life. But in the film, you had to be natural as the killer and sort of unnatural and uncomfortable and awkward as the normal teenager. It's basically like you're playing two characters.
Yeah.
And how do you go about doing that? Was it difficult?
When it came to her fighting, a lot of it had to do with the physical training that I did. I think that really helped me to focus, and it was just a great way to prepare for the character beforehand. And the other side, the sort of naive, innocent side to Hanna, really it was about wiping your mind clean and seeing the world for the first time, you know, imagining what that would be like. And once you've got that in your head, I guess you can talk about it and develop the character further and where you want to play certain things. But yeah, Joe and I talked about it quite a bit, and it was mapped out pretty well on which side should come out where, so.
And a lot of the work that you've done in this film has been very steeped in it's very deep and dramatic, except for really your first film, which unfortunately never got released, I Could Never Be Your Woman, which is by Amy Heckerling, who we love. Would you consider doing a little bit of, you know, some lighter films and lighter material, or is it all based on the strength of the material that you receive?
Yeah, definitely the latter. It's not really genre specific at all. Whatever comes my way, if I'm lucky enough to have a script that someone wants me to do and it's interesting, it doesn't matter if it's a rom-com or a drama or a musical or an action film or a cartoon or anything like that. If it's something that I for some reason am attached to and keep thinking about, then that's kind of it. That's the decision made, you know. But I'd love to do comedy again. I'm glad you brought that up because no one really knows about I Could Never, and it was the first film that I did, and the character I played was quite funny. So I'd love to do that kind of stuff
cool.
again.
Well, we hope to see you in one of those eventually.
Yeah, hope so.